In the latest release, the sixth episode of Divorced Singles Season 6, the panelists hinted at a dramatic change after the first-come first-served stamp dates.
아니 근데 지금 무슨 정보로는 이 선착순 데이트로 어떤 변화가 또 생기는지
뭐?
이제부터 시즌 6는 시작이라는데? 뭐야?
진짜로?
이게 뭔 얘기야 또?
Do you know which couple they were referring to? Watch this video till the end as we analyze who it could be and why. First off, can we talk about Changhan and how insensitive he was in delivering his rejection news to Jin Young? Let's compare him to Bauman. As soon as Bauman got back from his date with Min Young, he immediately ran to Jong Myung to explain the situation. You'd think that a man that seems matured like Changhyun would know the right thing to do and call Jin Young instantly, to explain things honestly, making her understand his heart was leaning more towards Jian, or even let her know he was a bit torn. That conversation should have been had as soon as he got back from his date. However, it took Si-young telling him to make up his mind quick for him to finally rush out to the women's dorm to have a chat. But after rushing out, I thought he was heading straight to Jin Young, but nope, my guy asked Jin Young to call Jian for him. Oh my. I stopped blaming him a little though when I realized why he did that. Prior to him going to the women's dorm to look for Jian, he saw Hee-young mention Jian's name when talking with Song-seo about his date. So I think that got him triggered to quickly rush and let Jian know he had feelings for her before Hee-young does. Crazy thing is Changhyun seems like a micromanager of women. He blocks them from other men when he is interested, but won't entirely commit. More like doesn't want her but also doesn't want to lose her. He's blocked the other guys from approaching Jin Young within their first 3 days. Remember how he blocked Hee-young from helping her with her bags on the first day? Also at the mart, he blocked Song-seo from speaking to her further. He marked her closely that it's almost unthinkable that he'll just drop her like that only because of her job reveal. It was pretty clear his change wasn't just about her profession. He likely shifted his stance when he suspected she might be older than he initially thought, so he opted for the younger woman. Or because he may have suspected that Jin Young was attracted to him at first sight because she recognized him from TV based on her profession. This is one reason some public figures don't date specific women on these shows, because it could feel like they're dating a fan. But what's ironic is that he believed Bauman's second choice was Min Young, because he went on a date with her. So he asked Bauman how his chat with her went after their date, to which Bauman called him a clueless youngster. The reason this is worth mentioning is because Changhyun assumed Bauman went back to talk to Min Young at the women's dorm after their date. The fact that he couldn't piece it together, that Bauman likes and respects Jong Myung enough to quickly rush back to her after his date to explain everything is just so funny. Then, after asking Bauman how Jin Young was feeling when he saw her at the women's dorm, and Bauman said he didn't know, I thought my guy would rush there to do some damage control, but instead, he went there and had Jin Young call Jihan out for him, like seriously. She was all smiles to see him thinking he was there for her. OMG. Jin Young handled it well and called Jihan, though you could sense her pain, almost on the verge of tears during her interview. But she kept it under control. After talking with Jihan and confirming their feelings for each other, you'd expect Changhyun to be upfront with Jin Young, especially since she was direct when asking where his heart was. Yet, he told her he'd give her an answer tomorrow. It wasn't just his delay in being honest with her that was frustrating, it was how he flaunted it and rubbed it in her face by actively pursuing Jihan right after and all through the next day. Right in front of Jin Young, he rushed to stamp on the board with Jihan, but oddly enough, it wasn't yet time to stamp. LOL. Changhyun was trying too hard to convince Jihan of his love with those actions. Like I said in my last video, he will become very proactive with Jihan because he had seen that someone else was also interested in her. He probably thought Jihan was Hee-young's first choice. He even makes breakfast for her now. Jin Young got dropped so fast. LOL. Don't worry Jin Young, Hee-young will give you a love better than Changhyun's cooking. Hahaha. But then came the biggest shock. While in the kitchen, Hee-young approached him and asked where his heart was. Changhan said he didn't want to make Hee-young uncomfortable, and that he can go ahead and do whatever he wanted to do with Jihan, but that he was feeling Jihan more and would like to focus on her. But Hee-young gave him the shocker and said, "No, you've got it wrong. I wasn't leaning toward Jihan. I had a date with her and Bangil yesterday because I felt the most comfortable with them, and that's all there is to it." "Guys," I screamed. "That was a meal properly served. Let's wait till my guy finally finds out who exactly Hee-young likes, and let's see what happens next." Eventually, after his display of public and very active affection towards Jihan, he finally called Jin-young to apologize and thanked her. He also expressed his hope that she finds her person on the show. She also said she already noticed that he had made his choice and gracefully told him it was all good and that she was rooting for him. Hee-young, by now, had already started making his moves on Jin-young. She finally cleared up the misunderstanding of the caravan date that she turned down when she said she wasn't clear-headed then to have a chat. She asked if he was serious then when he asked her, and he responded yes. So she asked him if he wanted to go now, and he said yes. Gladly, they had the long-awaited chat by the camping van, and there, my guy dropped a bombshell that will throb the hardest of hearts. He said, "It's always been you for me from the start, there are no other options." In response, Jin-young stamped her name with his for the next one-on-one dates. Did you cue how happy Si-young was for his friend Hee-young when Jin-young stamped under his name? Yup, he did a good job helping Changhan make up his mind faster so that Hee-young can get a fair chance with Jin-young. We can see in all those clips how their date went. They really got closer, and I believe their feelings for each other started building up. Now, back to what the MC said about a shift and a change in the next episode. In fact, they said Season 6 is just about to really start. I have 3 theories. My strongest speculation is that Changhan might go back to Jin-young, trying to confuse her again. Here is why I think so. If you check out the clips in the beginning of the show, you'll see Jihan looking visibly upset, asking where someone's heart is leaning. We also see Jin-young crying while wearing this top. In the same top, Jin-young is seen speaking with the ladies in the caravan, and we hear Jihan saying she just wants to go home because she's had enough. My speculation is that as soon as Changhan realized that the competition for the lady was not with Jihan but with Jin-young, he might switch back again to flirting with Jin-young. In some clips, we hear Hee-young talking about someone flirting here and there, that the situation keeps resetting. This is why I believe even though Changhan will fall deeply for Jian, he will still step back to look at Jin-young again, and this situation will frustrate Jian to a point where she will contemplate leaving the show. There were a whole lot of things going on in many of these clips. It's so clear that there is so much drama to come. For now, I still believe that Changhan will choose Jian in the end. This prediction stands until I have a reason to change as the show progresses. Whatever happens, I really hope that Jin-young will not give Changhan any more chances. I really hope she sticks with Hee-young. Their visuals as a couple is insane, and I feel like they fit each other better personality-wise. That was my strongest theory, folks. However, my second speculation is about Si-young and Bangul. Bangul was quite upset with someone at some point in that caravan. There were a few clips where she appeared pissed or even sad, though it's tough to gauge what might have caused it. It's difficult to use Bangul as a barometer because she naturally has a stoic expression. She rarely looks happy, except for those rare moments when she smiles or laughs. With that said, I trust in Min-young's feminine charm. That woman is a seductress, no doubt. I wouldn't be surprised if she was able to grab Si-young's attention for a minute or two, but I doubt Si-young will change course. He seems to be really affectionate towards Bangul, but we'll see. And besides, this seems to be him and Bangul holding hands, so they definitely got stronger as a couple. I have a third theory about Bauman. It's a scary one with evidence, but I'll leave that for my next video, so stay tuned for that. What are your thoughts and speculations about this? Share them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe if you want more content like this. Bye.